sure I'm saying fly. You know what I'm talking about. And we're back. Welcome to the blog. I'm Octavius Adams.
And I'm Tanika Head.
She don't like saying the last name.
No, it wasn't that. It's just...
I got y'all going.
No, this dude here is a mess, but go ahead.
Anyway, welcome to the blog, everybody. Welcome to the blog. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Make sure you scroll down, like some of the videos, look at the videos, and leave comments and subscribe and press
Hit the notification bell, like this video, share this video.
Mm-hmm. And today you got a channel as well, right?
I do. JonTons Eats. JonTon space Eats. EATS. Go check it out.
And go like it and subscribe if you haven't already. What are we gonna talk about today?
Why is it that family hurts you the most?
Why is that? They do. Family, they'll cut you deep, long, and wide, and then put salt in it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Why do you think it is?
Family is who you know first. You know, they are who is closest to you. You know family before you know any friend, any neighbor, any school teacher.
Family is the one you think that
will always support you and have your back.
Always.
You feel like at the end of the day, if I fail, it's okay because I have my family got me. You know, as well as if they fail, I got my family.
Yeah. And family, when we say family, we're not just talking about the people with your blood running through. We're talking about anybody that you consider family. Anybody. I'm talking about from a friend that you've been friends with 50 years, 30 years, 20 years. That's family. We're talking about those people, the people that you just will give your last to, are people that you just feel like won't do no wrong to you. Mm-hmm. Why do they hurt you more than anything?
Anybody that you allow close enough to you to see your highest of highs and lowest of lows. Because you don't invite everybody in. A lot of people don't know when you high, a lot of people don't know when you low. So if you're close enough to me to know when I've had my highest of highs and my lowest of lows, you family.
And yes, that's what the people are talking about. Mm-hmm. And I really don't know why they do it. Maybe jealousy. I mean, I don't even know.
Well, a lot of people judge you according to their standards of life. They judge you according to, at this age or at this time, I should have this, or I'm doing this, or at this age and at this time, I did this and I had this. So why are you this age in this time of your life and you don't have this or you don't have that? Or, you know, I'm not going to help you because you should have this and you should have that. It's all according to their standards of judgment. But at the same time, just like I told you I might go here, me and my mama was having a conversation, and I think that was my mama, if it was. But anyway, the Bible says, you know, how can you judge this speck in my eye? Or how can you see the speck in my eye but can't see the log in yours? And it made me think about it. A speck is something so tiny. Mm-hmm. If you're far away from me, you can't see that speck in my eye. You got to be close up on me to be able to see a speck in my eye, which told me it's the people that's closest to you that judge you and hurt you the most. It's not the ones that's far off because they can't see the specks. So they got to be close to you. You got to let them in for them to be able to see that speck to judge you. Yeah. And so that's the thing. It's the ones that are closest to you that can see that speck.
And they'll so hurt you bad, really bad.
Yeah, they will. They will.
I hadn't even talked about this right here with no one, but since I'm here, my son, best friend, brother, cousin, whatever you want to call him, murdered my son, and I never would have thought it would have happened, you know, because they were so close. You know, they were like Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy. They was always together, you know, and when it happened, it just, I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it now to this day. And yeah, he was a very close friend, and he did that to my son, and then his folks, they think it's okay. Meaning, I ain't gonna say think it's okay. I'm gonna say they just feel like it was an accident. When how can your son, your cousin or whatever he is to y'all, go to a car, my son's car, get a gun and come back and shoot my son and it be an accident? How is that an accident? Ain't no accident in that. That's murder.
That's premeditated murder.
Exactly. So don't tell me it's an accident, because it ain't. But I'm getting a little off subject.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
okay.
it's still family hurting family, you know, and that's not cool at all. You got any family that did anything or that hurt you?
I have to honestly say, I'm not gonna say I have family that did anything to me that hurt me.
Or not
I
did
just-
it to you. I mean, what I'm saying is, you know, you got any scenarios that you know about that happened like that where a family hurt someone. It ain't even got to be you.
I mean, that goes on all the time. I don't have anything just really in particular that I would say. It could be something as simple as you bashing a parent to a child.
Yeah.
You know?
And they does that a lot as well.
Yeah, it can be something as simple as that, because whether...
I think it's...
You still
I'm still rolling. Sorry about that. We cut that out.
Because whether you know it or not, you're still hurting that child. You're kind of setting that child up for failure. And a lot of times it's because you're pushing off on that child what you feel. And that's not fair to that child, you know, like your anger and your hurts. But as far as like family goes...
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. I don't understand why people will talk about their family in front of their children, because when you does that, the children, they hear the negative that you're saying in front of the mom or in front of whoever, and then when they see that person, they acting a whole lot different behind it, and that's not cool.
This is what I have said. I don't have to be in a room with you to know that you have talked about me.
Because them kids gonna tell it.
When your child walk in the room, the way your child act towards me tells me you've talked about me in a good way or either a bad way. And not just me, just anybody. When you sit up amongst children and talk about other people, and you've now passed your judgment out to that child, and now because that is a child, that child now feels the way that you feel. And the child had nothing to do with it, was not a part of it or anything like that.
And they showed it. Kids don't lie. And when a kid walk in the room and they start talking to you all negative and everything, when you know that they haven't been talking to you like that,
turning their nose up at you,
somebody been talking. Yeah, they mom or dad who have been talking about you around them.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time. I've seen it a bunch of times, you know, and that's not cool, you know.
Not.
We need to, us as grown folks need to
do better.
A lot better.
Do better.
In front of the kids.
Like, why not, if I have an issue with you, why can't I come and say, Mon, this is the issue that I have with you? Because we family. We're supposed to be able to sit down and have this conversation or this discussion. Whether you walk away mad with me or whether we get it resolved, I still love you. You still my cousin. You still my brother. You still whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to sit down. Why I got to talk to everybody else about it? Why can't I talk to you about it? And that's my thing, because as adults, that's what we're supposed to do. We are supposed to set the example for the kids.
Yes,
I have this issue with you. Let me go to you. Because that way, if I come to you, there's no confusion. You know, I ain't going to tell Sam, and then by the time Sam come back and say something to you, Sam done add 5 things to it that I ain't said, and now you got a mess.
Exactly.
You know, so let's just cut out the middleman. Let's sit down and have this conversation and be grown like we all say we are. Let's have this conversation and let's squash it. And if we can't squash it, then let's agree to disagree and move on.
Please.
Why not?
Yeah, because it happens all the time, and sometimes you might not agree on it. Sometimes you might do, but whichever one you're gonna do, just get out the way and move and clear the air and move on. You know,
because I could have taken something that you did the wrong way. You know, you could have not have meant it like that. You could have said something, and I felt like you were speaking on me or talking about me, and you were like, "What are you talking about?"
And it happens.
Talking about you.
That happens all the time. Well, I done seen that a million times. Somebody you having a conversation with somebody else about something totally different, and whoever's in the room thinking you talking about them, and now they got an attitude behind it. What you mad for? I ain't said nothing about you. And then they wouldn't even come to you and say, "Hey, Tanika, what you talking about me when you just said that?" I ain't thinking about you.
Right.
You know, yeah, that happens all the time. I've seen it a bunch of times.
Yeah, but that comes with maturity
And growth.
And growth. And just because you are older in age doesn't mean you're mature. You know, because I've ran into people that are 50 and 60 and had conversations with them, and then turned around and had the same conversation with a 16-year-old, and that 16-year-old had more maturity than that 50 or 60-year-old.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a bunch of grown children around here.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect because I have been that perfect. I've been that person.
We both been that person. 'Cause I know I have, and that's why I'm talking about it, because it needs to be stopped. You know. It needs to be stopped. It don't need to continue. The cycle don't need to keep continuing.
Right. It's got to be broken somewhere. Somewhere it has to. And why not start with yourself? Why not you?
Look in the mirror.
As Michael Jackson say, you want to make a difference, look in the mirror and make the change.
Make the change, exactly.
Yeah.
Because, it's these kids, they our future, and the way they're going now, it's looking real rough for the future.
We need all the sit downs and the talks and the straighten outs that we can get.
Oh my God, yes we do.
do.
I sit down and talk to mine all the time. And I never talk down in front of my kids about their mother or anything, you know, because that's not what I do. And I know I don't want them to do the same thing, you know, so I keep it strictly like this here when I'm talking to my kids. Even though me and their mama probably had some problems, but I'm not gonna talk down about that in front of the kid.
Right.
Not gonna do it.
Because you don't understand that you are really, really, really messing those kids up. Because, especially depending on how old they are. Because now, if your daughter's mother is bashing you, if she is all the time saying they don't care nothing about you, you know, he don't love you, he don't this and he don't that, you get your child is so used to hearing that coming from the parent because she's with her mom majority of the time. So she's used to hearing it all the time from her parent. When she get with you, in the back of her mind, she's still hearing her mom say, and I'm not saying that she is telling her daughter this, I'm just saying as an example.
Yeah.
In the back of her mind, she's always hearing, well, he don't love you, he don't love you. So now, the smallest thing you do, she can say, well, Dad, I want this. And you say, well, no, I'm not going to buy that because you don't need that, because you're trying to teach her that, hey, for instance, these $25 pair of shoes gonna do the same thing that this $150 pair of shoes do. You know, so you're trying to teach her principles, but now because you won't do it, and she got in the back of her mind, or she hearing in the back of her mind, well, my mama said,
you ain't this and you ain't that.
You ain't this and you ain't that. You won't buy me this, you don't love me. So now you're dealing with like psychological issues seriously with them tussling back and forth with, do he love me or don't he love me? And that's a whole other can of worms that you don't want to open.
Oh my God. I pretty much don't have that problem because my kids know I'm the bomb. So they love me to death. I think they love me a little more than they love their mama. That's another story.
You would be, you wouldn't be amazed, but you would be, it's a lot of females.
A lot
and males that do
that. Exactly.
I
know a lot of guys who be on the phone with their baby mamas and their kid right there, and they be cussing her out and all this type of stuff. That's not cool. It's not cool. You don't call her out her name in front of the kids. Right. You don't do stuff like that. That's very, very childish.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the other part of that is you also have to be careful of who you bring around your kids.
But please do. Yeah. Because these kids.
Because you don't want nobody around your kids that's going to talk about their parent either.
Not only that, you don't want nobody around your kids that's going to harm your kids.
That too.
Because I swear, if something happened to one of mine, this be my last vlog. I'm going to jail.
Well, it's not going to go that far. I mean, he's serious, and I understand him, because if I had kids, I'd feel the same way. But I mean, I have a stepdaughter, and I feel like that about my stepdaughter. So
yeah, I love them to death. Nothing I wouldn't do for them. So keep watch who you keep around your kids, and don't talk down about your baby daddy or anyone. Not even your baby daddy, anyone, your cousins, your aunties. Don't talk bad about no one in front of the kids. The kids shouldn't hear that.
right.
Because when you bring that kid in front of that person, she gonna tell it. Even though she ain't gonna say it, or he ain't gonna say it, but they gonna tell it by the way they acting. Their actions gonna show it.
Yeah, and then too, if you feeling those thoughts about your child's parent, take a look at yourself. And I always say this because if you're feeling like Mon ain't nothing, he's sorry, he this, he that, then what does that say about you because you laid down and had a child with him?
Hey.
So you got to look at both sides of it. You can't just look at it one-sided. You chose to lay down and have a child with him.
And if I'm not nothing, I mean, you ain't nothing either.
You chose me.
Hey.
So, yeah, I mean, think about that too while you're saying this and while you're saying that. And then my thing is, you don't exactly know what that person is going through. So you can't tell a child how somebody else feel about them because you don't know. Again, you're just passing off to that child how you feel. And that's not fair to that child.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. So stop talking about anybody in front of the kids. Kids should be in the back when grown folks having a conversation anyway.
That's true.
You know, my mom used to slap me in my face if I come in the front and when her and the kids, her and somebody talking, boy, what you doing up here? Get in the back of the kids at.
Get out.
Yeah, we having grown folks conversation. Go outside and play something. And they ain't doing that no more. These people are just having conversations in front of the kids, and then the kids
they wonder why the kids disrespecting teachers.
Exactly. Then the kids come in and get in the conversation, and y'all, all three of y'all having conversation. What is that? That ain't, man, my mama wouldn't allow it.
And then your kids start playing each other. Playing you against the other parent because they know y'all not mature enough to sit down and have a conversation. So I could just tell my mama this, and she gonna believe me because she ain't gonna call them and talk to him. Or I can tell my daddy this, and he gonna believe me because he ain't gonna call them and talk to her. So now, because you set up and ran your mouth around your children, guess what? They're learning how to be manipulative just like you.
And they gonna be good at it. Smarter than you.
Right, each generation.
Yeah. And they kids getting smarter more.
Yes.
Oh my God, they're amazing.
I was thinking about stuff like that when I was your age. Where you get that from?
They're amazing. These kids they are amazing nowadays. I don't know what it is.
Technology.
They're technology. But they very smart and very intelligent.
So the 1-year-old you can put a phone in front of them the first time, they automatically start swiping and figuring out what you had. What it took you 5 years to figure out, they got it in 30 seconds.
30 seconds, they own it.
So yeah, just be mindful.
Yeah. Be
mindful because while you trying to get back at somebody else, you really, really doing a lot of damage to your children.
Very loud.
And if somebody considers you family, considers you close enough to be family, be family. Be family. You know, think about the stuff that you went through. Because even though you are in the spot that you're in now, you weren't always there. You were not always there. You made mistakes along the way. You did things. You're probably still doing things. You just covering it up. Don't want nobody to know. But, just be there for family.
Please. And family, stop talking about family behind their back. Stop doing stuff to the family behind their back and then smiling in their face when you see them. That's not cool either. If you got a problem with them, talk to them about it.
Yeah. Sit down.
Have a talk. Yeah.
Play cards. That's what we like to do.
YouTube and let us see it.
Not on YouTube and let me see it. Call me.
Call you.
Call me.
No, I'm talking about YouTube, y'all conversation.
Oh.
And let the world see it.
No.
It might be pretty funny.
It might be funny, but
yeah, because if we turn this camera on at a couple of our family functions, it'll be hilarious.
It would
be hilarious,
But we have fun when we get together.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly and genuinely. Because every family has differences within that, that circle. But if we could all just put our differences aside and like just really get together and enjoy each other, we have a blast. We really, 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 really do. And that's all I'm trying to say from the beginning. That's what I miss.
Oh, I miss that to death.
That's what I miss. There was no arguing, no bickering. We were always together, and we loved on each other, and we enjoyed each other
to death.
Now, I mean, everybody kind of knew what what was going on in everybody's life, but it wasn't no judgment.
And there wasn't no talking about them behind their back.
It wasn't no judgment. If you were at your house and you didn't have food, girl, get you a grocery bag and come on over here.
Yeah, go grocery, go shopping in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, when we was younger, it used to be 15 of us in one house, running around, outside playing, all of us in one bed. We didn't want to go home though, because hey, we having fun over here.
We had a blast.
Yeah, it's a bunch of us.
We fought.
Like kids and dogs.
And 5 minutes later, we were friends again, cousins, best of cousins, sisters, brothers. I mean, because although we like to say there are no cousins, because we grew up so closely together that we're all sisters and brothers.
Exactly.
That, like, I mean, it's to the point to where it's like, when I want to check myself, I call Mon.
Yes, you do. Same thing. Vice versa.
If I want to check myself, I call him. And there have been times I have been on the phone and I have told him situations, and he has checked me, and I have cried, and I have still got off the phone and said, you know what, I thank you so much, I love you, and the next day it's like nothing happened. Right. Because sometimes you need that person that's going to check you, because again, he's close to me. He can see the speck that I can't see. He can see the log that I can't see. Let me say that. He can see the log that I can't see. So if I can't see it, why not talk to somebody that I know genuinely loves me and want to see me do well?
And not only that, whatever me and her talk about will never be heard again. It's just between us. It'll never be nobody to be able to come to her and say, Mon told me you did. And if they do, she know they lying. Because not Mon ain't doing that.
Yep. They know if he and I have a conversation about me, if somebody know about the conversation, it's because I told him, not because he said something. And I think that's the way it should be. I mean, now granted, there are certain things that go on in your life that you don't want everybody to know about. You know, because you don't want the harsh judgment. Now, if you judge me in love, that's something different. But if you judging me according to your standards and you're turning your nose up at me and stuff like that, I don't need that.
It's a bunch of them right there.
Excuse me, I don't need that. Y'all, please forgive me. This Coke got me belching, but I'm sorry.
And Coke does not sponsor us
at all.
Yeah, at all.
They need to, but they don't.
They really need to. That's why we should have taped the can up. That's what we should have did.
Yeah. I had the paper towel for that reason and then forgot. But anyway, yeah. But yeah.
Free sponsorship you just gave them.
I know, right? Coke, y'all better pay us.
Yeah, we need that change.
I don't care if it ain't nothing but just enough to buy me another Coke. Pay me something.
Yeah, 50 cents or something. Give us something.
Because they ain't 50 cents. I need at least $2.
Oh yeah, we need a 12 pack then.
I need at least
give us
$2.
That cool 10.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, I challenge y'all. If you have an issue with somebody in your family, whether it be your friend from 13 years ago that you were close with, those friends that you did stuff with that nobody else knows about but you and that friend, and y'all have issues and haven't talked, sit down and talk it out.
Please talk it out.
Because we live in a world today where you can't survive alone. You can have all the money in the world, but it's nothing if you don't have somebody to share it with, to do nice things with. So, I mean, if it's a family member, a blood relative, sit down and have a conversation, talk about it. Because I guarantee you, y'all gonna figure out something that was misconstrued.
And I guarantee
it's gonna be a misunderstanding somewhere.
Yeah, because both of y'all feeling the same way, and both of y'all pride just want to let y'all come together and figure it out. That's exactly what it is.
Ain't the word say pride causes a man to fall or something like that? Y'all don't quote me on that, but it's just something to that effect.
I don't know what she's talking about. I ain't never heard that.
It does. It's somewhere in there where it talks about pride causing you to fall. It really does. It is. I can't quote it word for word, but it's that's the basis of it. How about that?
Okay,
your pride will cause you to fall. It will.
Okay, well, on that subject, I guess we're gonna close this out. And once again, don't y'all forget to like and subscribe to the Sneaker channel.
JonTons Eats.
JonTons Eats.
Watch us eat some stuff up because we eat some stuff up.
Yeah, they be looking pretty good. So I need to get over there. I'm gonna get on that channel and see what they're
We gonna do
talking
something.
about.
You gonna come tomorrow and we gonna do some seafood.
You better be good.
When have I cooked
I'm
seafood?
just saying. I'm just saying. I see how y'all be eating on the channel.
Have you ever had seafood?
Yes, I had
You
seafood.
never had this before? When you eat mine, you gonna want them more.
All I'm saying is that little, what you call it, that mayonnaise mustard sauce or whatever.
Oh no, everybody keep talking about that sauce.
Yeah,
I
you
went
bring
to
that up a lot.
I went to this place in Pearl and ran into this young lady that subscribed to my channel that asked me about that mayo mustard sauce.
You ain't know who she was? When she asked you about that mayonnaise mustard
She asked me
sauce.
about the mayo mustard sauce.
Feel good to have somebody subscribe to your channel, man.
I was blushing. I'm a star. I'm famous. Everybody know me on YouTube.
They ain't got a 25 followers, but they.
Right.
But we happy with them
I'm
25.
YouTube.
Yeah, we happy with them 25 followers that we got, man. Hey, gotta start from the bottom, work your way to the top.
That's it.
Yeah.
Gotta put in work no matter what you do.
Exactly. But yeah, like I said, go ahead and like the nigga channel and subscribe to my channel if this your first time here. Scroll around and see if you see anything else you like, and if you got anything you want us to talk about on the next blog, just comment
Come in and tell us.
what it is, and we'll get back with you.
Hit the notification bell and share.
Please share.
On Facebook, Instagram.
YouTube.
Do they still
Send
do
it.
Twitter?
Yeah, they still do Twitter.
Can you share on Twitter?
I'm sure you can.
Okay, Twitter then, y'all. See
Yeah,
how I'm
if-
out? I'm
If,
so much out of the
if
game.
all that don't work, send them an email with a copy of the link in it. Do all that.
Right,
You know,
all
however
that
y'all can do
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, email this to 10 people. Yeah, do that.
Thumbs it up.
Yeah.
Thumbs it up.
All righty, well, we'll talk to y'all later. See y'all on the next one.
Peace.